Under current plans, those riders will be moving anything but rapidly. Transit reporter Jose Martinez explains.
During the morning rush, motorists go nowhere fast over the Williamsburg Bridge. Transit workers and advocates warn it could be even worse beginning next spring, when the MTA closes the L line between Brooklyn and Manhattan for 15 months of repairs.
They'll be moving about 1 mile per hour. It's going to basically be a parking lot if you don't have a dedicated bus lane for all of these buses.
City transportation planners have been spending years plotting how to move the 225,000 daily L train riders who will need new ways to get around. A central element of their plan calls for the MTA to run 80 buses per hour across the span and 14th Street during peak commuting times every morning.
This service will be relentless.
But the buses won't have their own lane. Instead, they will share a high-occupancy vehicle lane with vehicles carrying 3 or more passengers. Without making more room for buses on the bridge, advocates say that the city risks creating what they call an apocalypse for commuters. One of the concerns, a flood of drivers working for Uber and Lyft clogging up the HOV lane.
HOV plus 3 opens the lanes for hire vehicles for any type of mini bus or small bus service that might open up in the next couple of months. It's going to be all of them competing for the same space.
The Transportation Department says the HOV plus 3 lane will provide an adequate flow of vehicles over the bridge, adding that the bridge's existing lanes aren't wide enough for a bus to travel through at reasonable speeds. The city did create a bus-only lane over the lower level of the Manhattan Bridge in 2012, when Hurricane Sandy flooded sections of the subway.
We realized that with the subways down, it took us 3 days to create a bus bridge and a bus lane to Midtown, dedicated bus lane. And we figured out that that's what you needed.
There is precedent for the city revising its L-train plan. In June, the DOT announced that during the shutdown, 14th Street would largely be limited to bus traffic for 17 hours a day, a dramatic expansion of the initial plan. City officials concede there could be more changes ahead. Jose Martinez, New York One.
The former owner of the Bronx